Hi everybody, this is how to equate the value of a resistor for an LED when you want to use an LED light. Simple. Right, so here we are. PC USB voltage out, as you can see, was 5.38. I didn't bother with the 8, I just put 5.3. I could have put 5.4, but I didn't. And the volts max current out of a USB PC socket is 500 milliamps. You won't get no more than that. And I want to power a 1 watt LED that requires 350 milliamps of current flow for full brightness. So what's the load resistor that I'm going to require? Right, first we need the equation voltage. Now we know the USB is supplying us with 5.3 volts, but we have to remove the 3 volts the LED voltage requires. So 5.3 minus 3 leaves us 2.3 volts. So our equation voltage will be using 2.3 volts. Now we can get into Ohm's law because we have two factors. We have the voltage and we have the current. Right, V divided by I equals R. So 2.3 volts divided by 350 milliamps, so that's 0.350 amps, equals 6.571 ohms. Now we're going to round the ohms up because we've got a 7 there, so we can make that equal 6.6 ohms. So the arrow that you can see there, I don't know if you'll see my arrow moving up and down with my mouse, but that arrow in between ohms and the equal sign means we've rounded up. Well, we know we need a 6.6 ohm resistor, but we need to work out the wattage of that resistor so that we don't burn it out. So watts equals volts times amps. 2.3 volts times 0.350 amps equals 0.805 watts equals 805 milliwatts. So we know you don't get an 805 milliwatt resistor, but you do get a 1 watt resistor. So the resistor is a 6.6 ohms 1 watt resistor required for the job of the dropper resistor for a 1 watt LED. The one thing we do know though is you can't get a 6.6 ohm 1 watt resistor. You can get a 7.5 ohm 1 watt resistor, so that is what we're going to work with. So it's back to our equations again. So we need to re-equate for the 7.5 ohm resistor. The equation voltage remains the same though, the 2.3 volts, that doesn't change. So equating current using Ohm's law. Volts divided by resistance equals current. That's what we got to do. So 2.3 volts divided by 7.5 ohms equals 0.36 amps. Now we're going to round the amps up because it's a 6. So the 0 becomes a 1 and the 6 becomes a 0. So that's why we have 0.310 amps, which is 310 milliamps. So now we can equate the wattage of the 7.5 ohm resistor using Ohm's law again. So watts equals volts times current. So 2.3 volts times 0.310 amps equals 0.713 watts. So we're going to round up the 713 milliwatts. So that's why the arrow's there again, because we're rounding up. But as we said before, you can't get a 713 milliwatt resistor, but you can get a 1 watt resistor. So we know that we got 300 milliwatts of playing for comfortable being used wattage on the resistor. So we require a 1 watt 7.5 ohms resistor. Yes, the LED will run a little bit dimmer because of the different current, the higher current resistance in the resistance change, but as you know, if you drive your car everywhere flat out, the engine don't last long. Well, it's the same for LEDs. If you drive them flat out, they don't last as long. This way, the resistor, being 7.5 ohms, is going to allow less current through the LED, so the LED will last a lot longer. Something that Big Clive always likes doing, making things last longer. One thing I need to say, this is part 1 of the resistance thing, because I thought about, how about let's try and work out how much, because there's a current difference, I want to work out how much light we've lost. Now, that's the next part 2. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to support my channel, I've got a bank account that you can actually send to, so you can go online on your online banking, go online, and all the information where to send your donation or whatever, just send it to that bank. It's Santander, and all the relevant sort code and everything like that you need to be able to transfer from your account to my account is there, and it's in the description below. Click the show more button and then you'll see all the information you need if you want to send me a donation to keep my channel up and going. Don't forget the thumbs up.